Hi riders, welcome to Bikers Club channel. So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel. In this video, we will talk about top 10 most expensive motorcycles in 2022. So make sure to watch the full video. If money is no object and you've got cash to burn, these two-wheeled exotics should be on your shopping list. There are some astonishingly good motorcycles out there that won't break the bank or end your marriage. But what about bikes that are as much about flaunting your status on the wealth ladder as they are riding? Cars may cross into the seven-figure range when you start talking about exotic brands. But when it comes to bikes, even the most expensive out there won't necessarily empty your wallet. Here are the 10 most expensive bikes you can buy in 2022. Kawasaki Ninja H2R, $56,500. If you don't already know, the H2R is Kawasaki's track-only, supercharger-equipped, carbon fiber-leaden top-of-the-line hyperbike. From its radical design with a mirror finish, to its soul-shaking exhaust note with the signature supercharger chirrup, everything makes the H2R as special as ever. The engine produces 310 horsepower and 121.5 pound-feet of torque, which will push it to a top speed of 400 kilometers per hour, if you can find a road long and empty enough. HarleyDavidson CVO TriGlide, $49,999. While the two-wheeled Harley range ends at a not-so-low $44,899. The three-wheeled Harley-Davidson CVO TriGlide takes things up a notch, and not just in terms of money. The CVO TriGlide is Harley-Davidson's flagship trike, and it isn't just a three-wheeled iteration of the CVO. Instead, Harley engineers create the CVO TriGlide from scratch, giving not only a unique riding experience, but also unlocking an array of electronic aids to make life easier. Topping off the package are features like chrome wheels, an infotainment system, Rockford Fosgate speakers, heated seats, and LED lighting, all capable of putting some similarly priced cars to shame. Lightning LS 218, $46,888. Slotting in third place is the Lightning LS 218 electric motorcycle. Now, although prices start from $38,888, we're considering the top-spec 20 kilowatt-hours battery version here that retails at $46,888. The 20 kilowatt-hours battery pack helps power the 150 kilowatts, 200 horsepower motor, both working in conjunction to return a claimed range of 160 to 180 miles. And a staggering top speed of 218 miles per hour, although expect the range to plummet if you use the performance. In addition, the LS 218 goes on to boast top-shelf suspension, Brembo brakes, and forged aluminum alloy wheels. MV Augusta Rush 1000, $45,598. In recent years, MV Augusta has somewhat become like KTM, focusing mainly on naked motorcycles, and sitting atop MV's 2022 lineup is the $45,598 Rush 1000. Derived from the Brutel 1000 RR, the Rush 1000 is a hyper-naked motorcycle pumping out 208 horsepower and 86 pound-feet of torque. Couple this with the Rush's 410-pound dry weight, and this is nothing short of a ballistic missile in action. Luckily, there's no shortage of electronic aids to help you control this monster. Ducati Panigale V4 SP2, $39,500. Who would have thought that the most affordable motorcycle here would come from the house of Borgo Panigale? But it has, and it is the Ducati Panigale V4 SP2, priced at almost $40,000. The V4 SP2 is the current flagship Ducati motorcycle and packs truckloads of top-shelf components, such as Brembo Stylema R brake calipers, a WSBK-derived dry clutch, a bewildering suite of Ducati electronic aids, carbon fiber wheels, and top-shelf Öhlins suspension. Meanwhile, topping all this is the 1,103cc four-cylinder engine pumping out 210 horsepower and 90.6 pound-feet of torque. BMW M1000RR, $36,000. When BMW launched the S1000RR back in 2009, it took the established superbikes by the scruff of the neck and showed them how it should be done. It was brilliant out of the box, and even if it didn't bring BMW the World Superbike Championship glory it was aiming for, it forced people to see BMW in a different light. For the 2021 model year, BMW announced the M1000RR, and the sole purpose was to create a better race bike. The first BMW motorcycle to carry the M prefix normally associated with cars. The M1000R has extensive modifications to the power plant, chassis, exhaust, and braking. It also comes with aerodynamic winglets on the fairing, echoing racing developments. 209 horsepower and 83 pound-feet of torque ensure that it is an absolute missile. But is it worth nearly twice what the S1000RR goes for? Honda Goldwing Tour, $27,500. Back in 1974, Honda dared to take Harley-Davidson head-on in the large touring bike class with the flat four-engined, shaft-driven Goldwing. That first model was unfaired and Honda saw it as a large sports bike, but soon realized that owners were using it in a different way and turned it into the supreme touring bike we know today, with a huge fairing and all the bells and whistles. Over the years, the size and complexity increased, as did the comfort and mile-eating ability. In 2018, a completely new Goldwing emerged, more compact and lighter but still a technical tour de force. The engine, a six-cylinder since 1987, grew to 1,832 cc and produces 125 horsepower and 130 pound-feet of torque. It is silky smooth, and the suspension is now electronically adjustable. Honda's automatic DCT transmission is also fitted for the first time, making the Goldwing even more relaxing to ride. The Tour version has a huge 61-liter, which doubles as the back-to-the-pillions armchair. BMW K1000 600 GTL, $26,900. BMW made its name with expensive and beautifully built touring motorcycles such as the R80 RT and R100 RT in the 1970s, before the GS adventure bike took over as the flagship model and boosted the company's fortunes immeasurably. But BMW hadn't abandoned its touring role completely. The K1000 600 appeared in 2011, and just like the S1000RR before it, took the motorcycling world by storm with its silky smooth inline six-cylinder engine and sophisticated chassis and electronics, producing 160 horsepower and 129 pound-feet of torque. The engine simply stuns everyone who rides it. A beautifully linear tidal wave of acceleration and a spine-tingling soundtrack, making this large, 768 pounds wet, perform as no touring bike has any right to perform, helped by the perfectly dialed-in electronic suspension. As with the Honda Goldwing Tour, the K1000 600 GTL has a large top box to go with the panniers as well as all the toys you could ever ask for. Triumph Rocket 3, $22,600. If excess is what you are about, then the Triumph Rocket 3 delivers that in spades. An enormous 2,500 cc, longitudinally mounted triple-cylinder engine produces a mountain of torque, 163 pound-feet, and 165 horsepower to give this near 700-pound monster simply shattering performance. Launched in 2004, the Triumph Rocket 3 caused a sensation and was more muscle bike cruiser than an out sports bike. With the redesign in 2019, The bike shed around 100 pounds of excess weight, gained more displacement, and was transformed into one of the standout bikes of the late 2010s. To ride a Rocket 3, note the name change from the early models, is to experience arm-snapping acceleration in any gear, but surprisingly, it is an absolute blast in the corners, handling in a manner way beyond what anyone expects. Beautifully engineered and executed, like all Triumphs, this is a spectacular motorcycle. Moto Guzzi MGX21 Flying Fortress, $22,000. A real oddball from the oldest Italian motorcycle manufacturer. The transverse V-twin engine is there, complete with fire engine red valve covers. And they are the only spots of color in a sea of black and carbon fiber. 96 horses and 89 pound-feet of torque from 1348 cc might seem a little tame for pulling along around 750 pounds. But it has such character that you can forgive it. The rider and pillion will cruise in the most relaxed and comfortable manner. But the handling isn't the sharpest or quickest, which is a shame as it goes head-to-head with the BMW 1600 GTL and Honda Goldwing, both of which have road manners way beyond their large appearance. But, as something different, the MGX21 certainly stands out from the crowd. Ducati Diavel 1260S, $20,000. A complete departure for Ducati. The Diavel nevertheless has enough Ducati DNA to make it an absolutely brilliant bike. The V-twin Desmodromic engine displaces 1262 cc and features hydraulic variable valve timing to produce 159 horsepower and 95 pound-feet of torque, and be superbly flexible. The chassis endows the Diavel with incredible handling prowess, which, like the Triumph Rocket 3, takes the rider completely by surprise if you are not used to it, but a source of joy once you are. The exhaust bellows, and this is Italian showmanship at its finest. What do you think about our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to my channel before you go.